And then there are moments in life. There are those moments that ultimately define who we are. And all we can do is pray that when we are faced with that moment, that we rise up and we do that which is heroic rather than that which is shameful. I believe with all my heart and soul that in time it will be said that members of the International Olympic Committee and their chairperson were faced with that moment. They had a choice of standing up for that which is right, to do that which is correct, or to do that which is shameful. And they, like all those moments in life, will be so remembered. Let it be said clearly, rejecting the moment of silence sends the message that you can kill and massacre and the world will go on as usual. Responding to the request of silence, which silence itself is unacceptable. It is legitimizing the horror. And I want to put forth the challenge. Very few people know the names of those who sit on the board of the IOC. The Olympics is not about that board. The Olympics is about the athletes whose names we know. They can set the example. There have been moments in Olympic history that have transcended athletics. Some were glorious, like when Tommy Smith and John Carlos in the '68 Olympics raised their clenched fists in solidarity against the discrimination of blacks. Some were infamous, like when two Jews, Marty Glickman and Sam Stoller, were removed under Nazi pressure from the American 400-meter relay race in the '36 Olympics. What will happen in the coming days in the Olympics has the potential to be one of those moments when athletes will not be judged by their athletic prowess, but by their ethical integrity and the courage to stand up for that which is right. It is not too late. It is not too late for some athlete. Let it be LeBron James, let it be Michael Phelps, let it be some athlete at a particular moment to stand up and tell the world, I stand here in silent memory of 11 co-athletes who were murdered so brutally in, of all places, the Olympic Village itself. The challenge is upon all people in a position of power, in a position of centeredness, to remember the words of the Book of Ethics of Pirkei Avot, B'makom she'ein ish hishtadel lihiyot ish. In a place where there is no person, stand up, rise up, go beyond the gold medal, stand in silence, for there is a silence that is a silence of shame. When one sees horror and stands by, and then there is a silence of memory of Munich 11, which would be a silence of strength, of Kedusha, of holiness itself. Let's pause for that moment of silence in memory of the Israeli athletes. El Malei Rachamim, Shochin Bamromim, Sei Menucha Nechona Tachat Kanfei Hashchina, Bimalot Kedoshim Utoharim Kizoah Harakia Mazirim, Et Nishmot Elu Shenaflu Lifnei 40 Shana, the Munich Olympics, Bavur Shanachnu Am Yisrael, Mitpalalim Ba'ad Haskarat Nishmotam, Began Eden Tehei Menuchatam, Achein Bal Harachamim Yastireim, Beseite Knafav Liolamim, Yitzror Bitzror HaChaim Et Nishmatam, Adonai Hu Nachlatam, Yanuchu B'Shalom Al Mishkavam, V'Nomar Amen. I've just been told that a Lebanese athlete was in practice exercises near an Israeli athlete and refused to continue unless there would be a wall between the two. And also told that an Iranian has now said that he's sick rather than enter into a judo match with his Israeli counterpart. When I used to read the words of Rav Yoshe Ber, that the state of Israel teaches that Dam Yehudi Eino Hefker, Jewish blood is not cheap, I do wonder to myself, and if Chas v'Shalom, it would have been 11 American athletes, or 11 Russian athletes, or 11 Arab athletes, what would have been the response of the IOC? I pray that our response would have been the correct response, and to understand that this is the moment to do the right thing and to remember and sanctify. Friends, let's conclude with Hatikva.
See
that, there of course will be shiurim, appropriate movies.